Hi, today I wanted to talk about something very important. I wanted to come to you guys. The last time I spoke about suiting up and showing up and how important that is, that we suit up and show up no matter what. Well, I kind of live in Simi Valley. Well, I don't kind of, I do. And I just really want to speak about the fact that we've had a lot of fires in the area, has devastating things go on, and there's been a mass shooting that has happened. And I just really wanted to talk about holding on to your core and in spite of what's going on, sometimes in these things, a lot of loss. I'm sorry for people who had loss in their lives, but granted, there's been a lot of really hardships, but there's also been a lot of amazing people coming together, and there's been a lot, there's also been a lot of really cool people that have brought core and help. At one point I heard about people that were coming from Del Rey to the ocean to Malibu because to Dana Point, and were helping with the animals. And there were a couple of doctors that came over with equipment because in case they were trapped, they wanted to be able to provide safety to the people. And I really want to talk about how important it was. If those doctors didn't have it, they're in quarantine. When emergencies happen, they would have never been able to suit up and show up like that. And, I really thought about it and how important it is that we are on our purpose and our daily purpose. And it's so easy to get lost in the clutter of life, and it's so easy to lose what is so meant for us, right? And so I really want to encourage people we can eliminate the clutter. And what do I think is clutter? So maybe we should define clutter. So for me, clutter is I get up in the morning, and before I even get downstairs for my cup of coffee, I already have had 10 phone calls. And everybody in the bird, dog, and fish needs me to do something for them. And I haven't even had my cup of coffee. Okay, now that's some serious clutter. And it had been 30 minutes. Wow, right? So, is that really important, those phone calls? They think they're important. But in the scheme of things and in the matter of things, I was already on a mission, right? And I was already on my day. It doesn't mean I'm not flexible and not able to take in what is necessary or what is flexible in my day that I might need to take care of. It just means that, okay, wait a minute. I'm on a purpose. I know what I'm going to do today. This is what has to be done. So, the things like, for instance, I met a really cool friend one day. I was Target with another friend, and I went in, and a young girl said, help me the shoe, and how the shoe fits. And so it looked great with her outfit, and I gave her an honest opinion. We started chit-chatting. Of course, how girls are with shoes, and we started getting along and found out that we had a lot more in common than what meets the eye. And what was really amazing about it, instead of me getting scared and walking away, I knew that I was supposed to stay because I have learned to listen to my purpose. Today, there's a little bit more here. So that is an amazing thing. But if it would have been 2, 5, 6, or 8 minutes before that, I would have already been out of the store because the person I was in the store with to begin with was really annoying, and I just wanted to get away from them. As a matter of fact, when I ran into this girl, I was trying to get away from that person. It's like really interesting how, you never know what you're going through, but if you're following your gut, it's always going to lead you right where you belong. And your core is always going to keep you intact with what your purpose is. I know that was a kind of a funny story to say, but that really did happen. It's no true story. So how did I have flexibility through that? I didn't tell that person I came into the store with that I wanted to get away from them. I just was fine. My spirit was guiding me near the shoes because maybe I might want a new pair of shoes, right? Turns out the girl that I ran into, she ended up getting shoes, and she ended up becoming a good friend. So you never know what's going to happen and how you're going to be able to influence and help other people. How do you know your purpose? Well, in today's world, especially in the Western world, we wake up, we watch the news, we do whatever, and we're told how we're supposed to think about and have emotions, and we're supposed to feel a certain way about certain things, and if we don't feel that way about certain things, oh, we're psychopathic, or we're sociopaths, or, oh man, we're not bummed out about that. What's wrong with us? you know? Or maybe we don't want to go Christmas shopping. Rah. Like, we're supposed to be so into Christmas all of a sudden. Just because marketing's already into Christmas, even though Thanksgiving hasn't even happened. So, about all that. I know it's a lot of rambling, huh? But it's so, like, the fact that, like, you know what? I don't even care about Christmas. You know why? Because I think every day should be Christmas. I think every day should be the way that we treat everybody around us great, that we value everybody to the core, that, you know, and that we give everybody an opportunity. You know, today, I have been, I'm part of some recovery groups, and there's been some things go on within those recovery groups, and I had an opportunity to stand, and I took that opportunity today to stand, and there's been some interesting things, and the people I've stood up for were actually pretty shallow people. But you know what? It wasn't about how shallow they were. It was about the fact, was I willing to suit up and show up and actually stand? Because it's for the greater good of the whole cause. Because that's where my purpose is. And there are things all day long that you go through that you can choose. Are you going to be part of your purpose or not? See, you can't suit up and show up if you don't know what your purpose is. And if you don't know what your why is, then why are you suiting up and showing up? Because I'm not motivated to show up otherwise, you know? But if it tugs my spirit and it tugs my soul, then I have something to live for. Now, some people are like, what is a soul? Oh my gosh, really? You don't know what a soul is? Well, a soul is actually, I didn't mean to be so cynical about that. Actually, a soul is something that is pretty amazing. Um, you know, that is what connects you to your creator. Whether you believe that the Creator created us or not, we're connected to this infinite being and this thing that we feel. We can walk outside and feel the wind and know that we're connected with the wind. We know we're connected to the trees. We know we're connected with the plants. We know we're connected with the animals. We have a vibration and understanding with people that doesn't always make sense, but always is making sense. So that's a connection with the soul. Only you, when you're awake to that, it's incredible. My life is led by the soul, and it's really interesting because sometimes I just, you know, some people are like, "Oh, she just doesn't even show up," or "She's not there." It's like earlier today, I got a phone call. Why did you show up? Because I want to. This morning, right? I was supposed to be at a meeting early this morning, and I was up writing my new book, you know, all night long. So I was on a roll, you know, writers, when we get going, we get going. So we don't want to stop that writer because you never know when that writer's going to get writer again. So that flow. So I ran with it. And by the time I got to sleep, it was 6 o'clock in the morning. The meeting was at 6:15. So I just turned off my alarm, said, oh, I'll get up in a few minutes. And I ended up passed out. Does that mean I missed my purpose? No, it doesn't. Because so many people find a hell of a time understanding that they need to get in touch with reality, that they don't have to be dragged. But, right? We get to walk over dead bodies. Sometimes we can survive situations, but sometimes don't want us to survive. And we kind of get bogged down with that. And for a multiplicity of things, it's so important to be able to help and continue recovering and to know that there is nothing that we can't heal from. And so to eliminate the shame and the guilt that, oh my God, I left them behind. Oh my God, why didn't they get it? I wish they got it. Oh my God, do you know how much shame I carried all my life because I was able to survive and other people weren't? Well, they chose not to. I chose to. And that's something really hard to understand. But I learned something very long ago, that no one's going to make my life great but me. And so I have to get up and survive. If I want my dreams, I want to go to school, then I go. I got to be a participant in my own life, no matter what. And it's very important to know. Um, so I didn't miss my meeting. I showed up greatly for my meeting. But then my friend tells me on the other line, you know, there were people asking about you haven't been to. They don't know what to say to that. I'm like, you don't say. We just want to gossip. And see, there's a difference in caring. When I want deep, meaningful relationships, people text, they call. It doesn't matter what digital is, right? So all this turmoil is going on in the world. We have the ability to say no. In spite of this turmoil, I'm going to let you know how valuable you are. In spite of this turmoil, I'm going to let you know how amazing you are. In spite of this turmoil, I'm going to let you know that you can get through it. And then it just takes just a peculiar mindset, right? Takes just a percent, just a little change of your perception, and it can revolutionize your life. It's not the matter that we didn't think about it. It's like maybe we just get to think about it. If we just change our perception just a touch. I'm not saying that the fires are great. No, it's horrible. Those are horrible. And the people that lost their lives and the people that went through the fires and all the insurance claims and all the things that are just like, but you know what's really amazing is now we can really rebuild. You know, they may want to get rid of all our garden, get rid of our 97% of the U.S.'s vegetables and fruits and nuts comes from California in this area, and 97% and all of it's being burnt, right? So we really want to think about some really serious things and some real serious fundamentals. And what's the most important? That we come together and we actually rebuild a real foundation, and that we stand together, you know, because now we're all leveled, you know. And so there's a lot of interesting things happening right now in this world, and you got to really think fast. But if you're not centered and you're not in your gut, how are you going to know what's real? Because you're real, and that deep, small voice inside says, we're going to go over here, right? It's not about let go. The thing that matters is you include some people for what's about to happen. And you know, some people say, oh, it's great ship. That ship like was now different. How many are going to be sure? That's where I'm ready. I'm ready to be ready for the people who really need it, right? Some people zombies, they need your body, but in reality, like, they don't need anything. Once they get you, they're going to keep going to the next thing. They're intentional. So why don't you look for people with life who can actually help and support, love, and value? Because not everybody deserves your love. Not everybody deserves your value, right? Not everyone can see that. If you see it with yourselves, you're certainly going to get people around you to see it. So I think it's really important that we understand where we come from, how we do that, and what is our why. You know, my why is to eliminate sexuality and hunger off the face of the earth. And we can do it. And we can do it very carefully. But you know what? I'm not afraid of the elites. I'm afraid of people not standing up. I'm afraid of not being able to do that. I'm afraid of not being able to plant a garden. I'm afraid of not being able to someone that they're valuable today. I'm afraid of not sharing good, deep, meaningful relationships with people today. You know? Because there's so much that's being lost in translation. So I think it's really important that we understand what is our why. Why are we here? Where do we go when we sleep? You know? Where do we go when we sleep? These are the things that we have to plan. You know, I know that's a crazy question right when I said that, but you know, I was really thinking about that because when we sleep, we go into a whole other area. These are the things that we question. But you know, I learned a long time ago that I was born in the mind of God and I will never die. So if I will never die, then what does that mean? That I'm here to help people. I'm here to encourage people. I'm here to speak the truth no matter what. So that's why I really tell the truth about it all. So I really suck at dying. Learned with that. That when I know that I was born in the mind of God and I will never die, that means that I will never die because I'm forever alive in His brain. And I'm always a part of His imagination, and I'm always the greatest part of His gifts. That's what I bring in and I get to carry into this world. And knowing my gut, He guides me through it all. And it's not even about whether you believe or not, it's about knowing. And when you know who you get to God, the more you know you. So then you get to understand your why. So that's amazing. So I don't know. Yeah, you know, that's a pretty amazing gift, and that's a pretty amazing thing. So, you know, I just want people to know that it is okay to fear, it is okay to feel, but feelings are not facts. They're just meant to be felt and to be moved on. So thank you for letting me share, and have a good night.
And right.